Hi everyone, Jason here, local tech experts with another build for you. This one is sort of what I consider a bitzer, sort of using the parts that I probably wouldn't put into other builds. But today I'm using the Jonsbo D40. I've never built into this one, so I'm going to open this up, give you guys a look. But in terms of components, it is a 4th gen i7 on this one. 16 gigs of RAM, but I've got it in 3 sticks, so like I said, a bitzer. I'm using a cooler on this one. I hope it's got some thermal paste because I've run out. 120 gig SSD, a couple of 500 gig drives, like I said, bitzer. It's going to have a GTX 1060 6 gig version. I have a 500 watt power supply here, just a Cooler Master White. Just had that sitting there. And 5-pack of fans, so it's going to be a pretty one. I'm sure someone's going to enjoy it. But I'll open this up, give you guys a look. At the same time, I'll be looking at it as well, so it'll be a bit of discovery for all of us. I'll put that down there. Alright, I'll turn it off, open this up and see what it looks like. Alright guys, I got it out of the packaging. You didn't have to watch me do that. So this is what it looks like here. So it's Jonsbo. I'm a fan myself. I think my last video was a Jonsbo actually. I'm a fan of the brushed aluminium. In terms of I/O, it's just power switch, a single USB 3, a dual headphone microphone, and a USB-C. That board doesn't have USB-C, so obviously that's not going to be used, but I'm seeing more and more USB 3s on cases now, which is quite good. It's just be nice if they came with like a converter or something. I'm not too sure. But when I opened this up, I noticed that there's no feet on it. So I'm hoping the feet are on the inside. But it's tempered glass on both sides, which is quite nice. And the top is a nice sort of grill type finish. It's plastic, the top. I can see 2 case screws. I haven't opened this up myself yet, so I'm looking at it for the first time as well. There's 2 case screws on the top here. I'm guessing you just lift the top up. Or maybe not. Anyway, I guess it's something I'll have to work out as I'm building it. Yeah, this is definitely not your usual. Jonsbo sort of known for that sort of thing. I might actually have to look at the manual for this one. I can see the feet are actually inside, so they are included. This is a ATX size, so I'm putting an MATX into an ATX. Oh, it slides, so it slides back. Okay, so there's that. That's the top panel. It's got room for 2 120s in the top here. It looks like the side panels actually come off from this top panel, so I can see 2 screws at the top here. So it looks like they come off this way. If nothing, they Jonsbo do pioneer different designs, so might be part of the why I like them, because you never know. So you can fit 2 120s in the bottom, it looks like. There's no drive bays as such. They sort of all attach either at the bottom or looks like these are drive bays here. So it's going to be interesting getting those two 3¼ inch in there. I'm guessing they can go this way. Yeah, it's going to be a squeeze anyway. And again, Jonsbo, the power supply actually looks like it fits in the top here, pointing down. So they include a power connector inside. So yeah, this one's going to be something a bit different, it looks like. I may have to reference the manual for this one. Yeah, so that power supply connector is going to be a weird one, because this needs to fit in the top of it. So we'll see how that goes. Should be an interesting one. Alright, I'll get to building and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, bye. So I'm going to do some voiceover for this build. Yep, so I'm just putting the cooler on in this point. It's got those nasty mounting brackets. Yeah, the camera didn't seem to like to focus, so I changed it a little bit later, put it a bit closer. But yeah, putting the mounting on at the moment. Luckily there was some thermal paste in that packet. There usually is some that come with coolers like that, so pretty lucky. Yeah, the clip-on cooler's a bit nasty. The board goes in relatively easy. With the ATX boards you have to change, if you're putting an MATX board you have to change the standoffs, just put them in their correct location. Yep, so I move it a bit closer. Still not the best, but at least you can see what's happening a bit better. Yeah, the power supply, so it didn't fit in this way. I kind of had to slide it in from the bottom and then push it up to the top. And the other thing is I had to hold it in place while screwing at least one screw into it. So it wasn't too bad. Cable management's not too bad in this one. It's could be better. Obviously, they've sacrificed the drive bays for the space for other things. I couldn't end up putting the second hard drive in, the second 500 gig drive in there, so just a single 500 gig drive, but I mean, it's not too bad. You can always upgrade it later, I suppose. So here's me trying to figure out how the drives are going to go in. Yeah, so ended up just putting one in the bottom, and one at the 3.5 in the bottom and the SSD on the back. But again, the cable management not too bad. Trial and error. I thought I could get the drive on the back, but nope, wouldn't fit in the back, so that's just for an SSD. So this sort of, it shows you there's a spot for an SSD in the top where the power supply is, but you'd have to put it on first. That entire bracket looks like it comes off, but if I had other 2.5s I could probably put them there, but you'd have to put them on the outside, so they have to be visible. Putting the fans in now, a bit of a tip is to put all the fans in first and then put the controller in, because if you put the controller in first, you're not sure if the fan cables are going to reach. But luckily in this case the fan cables are all pretty long, and yeah, I put the controller in afterwards. So yeah, nice looking fans, nice looking system at the end, which I'll show you. Fans go in pretty easily. Some of the fan kits come with fans that are fan screws that are a bit too small, so they push through, so you have to not screw them in too tight. You just sort of make sure they hold but not screw all the way through your case. So I'm sort of at the point of doing cable management here. The cable tie offs on the case aren't sort of the greatest because they're flat. It's really hard to get the cables through. If you get this case, you'll see what I mean. You have to struggle with the cable tie offs. But, got there in the end. It's not the prettiest, but I also noticed that the tempered glass on the back side is tempered glass, but it's blacked out, so it's you can't actually see the cable management itself. You see it's black, so it's not actually see-through, which is nice when you got cable management like that. Didn't have to squeeze it down too hard, sort of got in there pretty easily. The other thing I noticed is the USB-C on the front is connected to the USB 3 header, which is quite nice. I'm not sure what that means in terms of speeds or charge rates or anything like that, but it's a welcome addition. So here's what it looks like in the end. Not bad for a Bitzer. Yeah, everything works on there, so came together pretty quickly in the end. Sometimes these sorts of machines take a bit of time to get all the parts together and things like that, but I'm quite happy with it. I'm sure someone will appreciate the aesthetic of it, and I'll do another video and you guys can watch that one. Alright, thanks for watching guys, see ya.